This comes in from Jason Greger. It was Carmen Gill, our buddy on Twitter, who was the one who put this out there. But he said, Darren Dreger saying there isn't a panic in Edmonton about their defense, but there is definite concern. He believes there's a chance that the Oilers may pull the trigger early in acquiring a defenseman. Pair that with Elliot Friedman saying it doesn't really seem like, as much as Edmonton had interest, there's a fit between the Oilers and David Yaremchuk. So here's your question. Okay. Percent chance the Oilers make a trade by the holiday roster freeze.
So when is the freeze? Let's just say.
I think it's like the 20th.
20th.
Whatever. It's sometime around Christmas.
Within a month. Make a trade. 30.
30%.
Is that high?
I was going to say like 5%.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe even lower.
I
might
was
go like
going to say no.
Yeah, like 2% maybe.
I don't know. Like, I'll say 30. I know that is high.
Wow.
I ultimately do not believe they will make a trade. But the reason maybe I'm a little higher than you guys is if we're here on November 25th and names like, not defensemen obviously, but like Rossi and Kreider are getting thrown out there, like, what else is flowing about? What other GM is kind of like, oh, I got to do something here, or I might lose my job or something like that, you know? Like, I could see maybe someone getting a little...
Clearly, it's heating up.
Clearly, yeah. Like, something's going on, and I don't know. I would not be surprised. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be, like, overly shocked. I don't even know who, but... Also, the thing about Jacob Trouba that I think people need to be considering on this, too, he left Winnipeg because he wanted his wife to work in New York, right?
Yeah, so his wife's a doctor.
Yeah.
He left Winnipeg so that she could have a job practicing medicine in the States and still all that. So I would almost guarantee all 7. He has 15 no trade spots.
12.
12?
Either way.
I bet you 7 of them are Canadian teams.
Yeah. The other ones are probably, I don't even know, but yeah.
Yeah. My answer to the question, I'm going to say 2.5%. Listen, the goaltending thing, and I'm going to have a YouTube video dropping on it, I think tomorrow morning. The Oilers don't have enough assets to go out and significantly fill multiple holes, at least how I view it right now. They have 1 first-round pick in the next 2 drafts. Yeah. They do have both seconds. They have both thirds. But again, you need to put something in your system every year. You can't have a draft. Like, if they trade their 2nd and 3rd rounders this year, they're not picking until round 6. That's a bad idea. I think you can move one of those picks. You can maybe move your 1st rounder next year or move it to this year. Then you have to give Phillies next year, however you want to dice that up. And you can maybe move your 4th or 5th this year, but they don't really have prospects that have value. They have very few draft picks and the cap space. Again, they're accruing, but barely. Whenever they call guys back up, but they're doing the whole day-to-day thing where guys are going down on off days, paper transactions like crazy. If you pull the trigger now, you either need to be A, confident that the move you're making is the only move you'll need or close to it, or B, you're thinking Darnell or Evander Kane isn't back until the playoffs.
Yeah, that has to be it.
So you got to wait. I know it sucks. And I saw Brian said it's got to be a 50-50 shot. Like, no, it's 2 to 5%. Like, it could happen. I'm not saying there's a 0% chance, but unfortunately, the smart play is to be patient here. Wait till the market develops. Wait till your cap space grows and you accrue a little bit more. And then wait until you know, like, the other thing that could drastically change things, like Ty Emberson's starting to play good. That's not going to drastically change things, but it might impact it a little bit. Him and Kulak were excellent against the Rangers again. But what if a big name forward goes down? And when I say goes down, it's like 3 to 4 month injury. What if a goalie gets hurt? Like, there's still some what ifs. The Oilers situation is not so dire that they're the Rangers or the Sens or whoever, where it's like, holy shit, we need to make a trade now. We got to save our season. They don't need to save their season right now. They're going to fix it, a lot of things themselves.
Yeah.
If you pull the trigger now and someone gets hurt, if you pull the trigger now and someone's performance drastically falls off, you're going to be sitting there at the deadline with your pants around your ankles being like, we can't fix our problem. Got to wait.
Yeah, I agree. And I just, again, I'm with you on the Gibson thing. He's had a really good start since coming back. I just don't see the point. I really don't. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. He makes too much money. All these people who are like, oh, just retain 50%. Why on God's green earth would the Anaheim Ducks want to do that for the Oilers without getting like
you also got to pay for that
multiple 1st round picks? The Oilers got Ekholm and Nashville saved 4%.
Yeah, and
it cost them a 1st round pick, essentially 2 1st round picks with Reed Schaefer. granted, Ekholm is a much better player than what Gibson is at this point too. And also Tyson Berry. Like, not worth it. If you're looking for a goalie, which I don't think they are, you got to look at guys like, what's that guy's name in San Jose? Blackwood. Cheaper guy.
Yep.
Someone who's going to do that. But also,
because you can probably
like Calvin Pickett's actually a good goalie.
That too.
Crazy. People do not want to put that out there, but Calvin Pickett is good.
Well, so, and again, part of the argument with the goalie is like Edmonton needs a much better 1B for if/when Skinner falters in the playoffs. You need to have someone you can trust. Yep, Calvin Pickard did the job for them. Did that last year.
He's doing it now.
Above league average save percentage last year as a whole.
Yep.
This year, his PK numbers have tanked him, but he's above league average at 5v5. And he passed the test in the playoffs last year. So now we're sitting here with 13 months of a sample size of Calvin Pickard being a good backup at $1 million. We just outlined the Oilers' cap issues. Yeah. Going from spending $1 million on Pickard to, let's say the Ducks go, we'll keep 50% of Gibson. Are you getting 3x the value out of Gibson that you would be out of Pickard? No, you're getting similar value. Like, Gibson has a higher upside than Pickard. I'm not trying to argue he doesn't, but like Ryan S. says it, a flashy name won't fix your problems. 1,000%.
I had this thought of, so actually, first thing, if you look back to when Pickard was called up to today, Calvin Pickard is better, just like surface level numbers than John Gibson. Lucas Dostal is way better numbers than both of them, which should just tell you everything right there. And I think another thing that needs to be considered for Pickard as well, since we're on the topic, that guy basically didn't play in the league for, what was it, like 2 or 3 years? And then came in and did this great job for the team.
Yeah.
John Gibson was awesome. Like 2018, 19, like that range, one of the best in the league. And he's just kind of tumbled down a hill since then and got to Calvin Pickard's level, which says a lot considering, again, Pickard didn't play for however many years. Gibson cannot be an option for this team ever, unless he gets bought out and he's like $750K. You could probably pay him a million.
I just think the Oilers get one kick at the can, maybe two here to make a move. Limited draft capital, limited prospects, limited everything. And like, that's a great point, Ty. Is he 3x the value? No, he's not. And you better be 1,000% sure that he is if you're going to make that move. Also, he's still on the books for 2 more years after that.
That's another thought.
This is crazy talk.
His contract ends when he's 33.
1 more year after this one.
No, it's
2 more.
Pickard?
He's in
no,
Gibson.
Oh, Gibson. Yeah. Sorry, Gibson. Yeah.
Give Pickard Gibson money.
There you go. What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.